If only you could see me now. If only you could tell me why you disappeared, you made me cry. So don't come back. Oh, you never took the time to say. You didn't think you should explain. Like I don't care, you're kidding me. Don't do that. Oh, I don't tell anybody, no. That I'm feeling so miserable. All my friends tell me to be strong. If they're right, why does it feel so wrong? Just because you hurt doesn't mean my heart don't want you. Footprints in the dirt, following your every move. I tried to be the best for you. When you broke my heart in two. Oh, saying you didn't know, but I know you do. It's a fact. Oh, I don't tell anybody, no. That I'm feeling so miserable. All my friends tell me to be strong. If they're right, why does it feel so wrong? Just because you hurt doesn't mean my heart don't want you. Footprints in the dirt, following your every move. Just because you hurt doesn't mean my heart don't want you. Footprints in the dirt, following your every move, even though it hurts. Hey baby, do you believe me when I say I miss you so? It seems like your mind is elsewhere. Whenever we're on the phone, always on the go. Like you got a place to be, never on your own. Something you're not telling me, yeah. I believe it's true. You're all for someone new. I've never felt this stupid, thinking I'm enough for you. Tell me, is she cute? Is she my substitute? I've never felt so certain that I've had enough for you. Hey cheetah, do you feel better now that you've broken my trust? Oh, boy, do you even remember that love is more than just lust? Always on the go, like you got a place to be, never on your own. Something you're not telling me, yeah. I believe it's true. You're all for someone new. I've never felt this stupid, thinking I'm enough for you. Tell me, is she cute? Is she my substitute? I've never felt so certain that I've had enough for you. I've had enough of you. You're just too much. I'm way too good for you. You're just a bluff. I'm so fed up with you. It's bad enough that I'm way too good for you. enough for you. I believe it's true. You're all for someone new. I've never felt this stupid thinking I'm enough for you. Tell me, is she cute? Is she my substitute? I've never felt so certain that I've had enough for you.
Ya te amo, no te preocupes, yo fui hecha para ti, ya tú sabes. No te olvides, fue creada para ti, ya tú sabes. No lo dudes, mi amor crece como abril. Te amaré, me cansa el esperar, ojalá juntos descansaremos dos con uno. fue diseñada para ti. Un día tú verás, mi amor brilla como el mar iluminado, te sentirás. Mi amor calma con una brisa del verano. Te he amado, te amo, te amaré. Me cansa el esperar. Ojalá juntos descansaré. Il nous compose le chef d'orchestre, il nous écrit l'écrivain, et jamais une parole l'écrira-t-il en vain.
What's going on? What's going on? We're back.
Yes. I cannot
Shut
say
up.
what's wrong or right. No. It's not hard to fool me.
Hey.
No. Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes. Yeah.
One love
Lead the way.
to the FBI.
I follow.
Give me the beautiful
No need to
inspiration.
say.
Ladies,
No. Where
How you
we
doing?
are heading now, babe.
in the chat room,
I follow.
do me a favor.
To the edge of it
Hands
all.
up.
To the
Age,
edge of
city,
it all.
gender. Let's get it.
So
Come
tell
on.
your good lies. 'Cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Ooh. So
Big
tell
Shirley.
your good lies. 'Cause I'll buy no matter what. Ooh. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. It's not a problem.
Not a problem. Why?
'Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. And nothing
come
can
on.
stop me.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say.
Get it?
Where we
Got
are
it?
heading now, babe.
Good.
I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good lies.
Come on. Get them up. Get them up. Get the lights up.
Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Before it flies. So tell your good lies. 'Cause I'll buy no matter what. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies.
Bobbity bobbity bop. We are back. We are back. We are back. How's everybody doing? Hope you had a good holiday. I know I did. Thanksgiving was off the chain and it promises only to get better. Oh, that sucks. Huh. Build it as we fly, baby. How was everybody's Thanksgiving? Did you see your friends? Did you see your family? I know I had a good time. Family was in town. You know, Mom Dukes was in town for her 75th, doing what she did. So we had a good time around the city, doing what we do. I'm sorry. Candle of the Evening, last show of Incense November. So in honor of that, the Candle of the Evening is from Labo Encens 9. And the fragrances of the day, 2 that sadly you can't get a hold of, but had to pull them out. 1 from Tom Ford from the original private blend line, OG classic, Plum Japonais. Think of a spicy plum. Great for this time of year. And then in the evening, when I went to dinner, none other than Tom Ford Amber Absolute. By far, one of the best fragrances ever. If I get married again, I'm wearing that on my wedding date, just not my wedding night, because that makes babies. This joker right here makes babies. Amber, vanilla, labdanum, incense. People used to rave about tobacco vanille, and this one's even better than that. So, how are we gonna do this? Make sure you guys, keep it cool, keep it classy in the chat room, which reminds me, let me go ahead and bring that up. I got an announcement I'm going to be making, but I don't want to make it this soon, but so many big things happening over here. And I want to thank the loyal subscribers, shout out to the members, shout out to the silent army, the patrons, the people who make this stuff possible. Patreon, you are going to enjoy what's coming this month. This week in particular. I said it before.
I'll make you famous.
Well, don't be surprised if somebody over there gets to be made famous. All right, so get the likes up. We should have over 3,000 likes. My question is this for everybody in the chat room. How were the holidays? I know one thing. I have heard so many people tell me that this was a holiday season that they have been looking forward to. A lot of times people are just like, they really don't want to go home for the holidays or whatever. But this time I heard a lot of men saying they could not wait to go home and sit around the dinner table and have conversations that they have been dying to have. Get questions asked that they've been wanting to have answered for the longest. So, how were the holidays? We're going to talk about it because
winter is coming.
And in honor of winter coming, we're going to turn into a winter mountain. That's Winter Mountain, and this is midwinter. Winter is coming. Winter is coming. Let me see in the chat room. Shout out to the chat. Also, shout out to the chat. The chat, you're going to love what's coming up too, because now the chat room is going to become an integral part of the show, because in order to get chat privileges, you must be a member. And whatever member level you are, you're going to start having access to more than just badges, different emojis. You're going to have, whatever YouTube allows us to put on there. Sometimes you even have the ability to share gifts and things like that. So a lot of stuff coming up. So when I ask how were the holidays, I'm asking what it was like being at home this season, unlike any other season, after the notorious, infamous, average at best video has been everywhere, and we're coming up on a year of average at best. That's what the video's called. So I'm not going to try to rename it. I'm not going to lie. I had people tell me that their entire family sat around and discussed things going on in the black community. Is that the case for you? Did your family discuss what's going on with relationships? Ladies, did your family discuss what's going on with marriage? Because I know a lot of women have written me and saying that they're starting to get all kind of heat and pressure from their parents, their family. When you gonna get married? When you gonna have some grandbabies? Because you can't keep saying, the same thing you've been saying forever.
I'm a PhD.
They ain't trying to hear all that. Big mama and them is like, when's the family gonna come through here? And a lot of women are like, well, hold on, big mama. You asking where's the husband and the kids and all this other stuff, but who trained these ladies on how to take it to the next level? Who trained a lot of these women on how to become wives? And that's the reality. So a lot of women are sitting back asking their mothers, you want me to be this wife? You want me to have these grandchildren and all this other stuff, but did you equip me with the skills?
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits, you name it!
Did you equip me with the skills to be said wife? Did you equip me with the skills to be this cooperative daughter now that all these men are now saying they're not looking for partners anymore. They're looking for actual wives. Did you equip me for that? Or you just expecting me to learn on the job? Is that what it is? See, that's why this Thanksgiving has been so interesting. He said, hello, Godfather, got great veteran for Father's Day and was sent up. Okay. Yeah, so a lot of women are saying, well, wait a minute, mama. Because funny thing is, parents go from, just making sure you survived your childhood. Surviving and thriving are two different things. But a lot of women have come to grips with the terms that your mother, your big mama, all them ladies in your family, the folks that went
Execute Order 66.
Gave you Order 66, did not equip you to get out here and cooperate with anybody in any real significant way. And now the holiday season's come along and you went home for Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving is the last holiday that single people can live in delusion and lie. Why? What do I mean? Well, Thanksgiving, you can hide in anonymity around the table with your cousins, your nieces, your nephews, your family. That's what you can do. You can hide in anonymity around your family. You can take pictures with your family, your extended family, that is. Now one of them kids is yours. The hell was that? Oh. Now one of them kids was yours. But you can sit around and hide in anonymity. Sorry, I had to put the watch on the winder. But now here we go. Now we're going into full-on holiday season. Now we're going into time where you can't hide no more. Playtime is over. You can't hide. Everybody know your niece's kids aren't yours. You can't pretend, that you're going to run downstairs or leave. You got nobody coming to your bedroom talking about, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. You got none of that. The only person knocking at your door is, and he just ready to be taken out and walk. That's all he ready for. He don't know Christmas from nothing. And this is a time of year a lot of modern women are really having to deal with the fact that they're like that real life Macaulay Culkin. Y'all remember Macaulay Culkin? Oklahoma's finest, Macaulay Culkin. Home Alone. What was Kevin's last name in Home Alone? How many modern women are real life Macaulay Culkins? Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Right? How many modern women are really 1990 all over again? Y'all thought it was a joke. They thought it was a joke back in the day. It's like, oh, that could never happen. Well, how did Kevin even get lost at home? How did it even happen? Because they had such a big family that they had all these kids and all these relatives and so many people in their family to where they lost track of a child. Right? Joe Pesci became a household name. Kevin McAllister. What's up, Shirley McAllister? What up, Karen McAllister? How many of y'all big ass McAllisters are out there? See, Thanksgiving is the last holiday. That's why they stretch it out so long. You get more time off for Thanksgiving than for Christmas because it used to be, Thanksgiving used to be, if you never understood the holidays, Thanksgiving was the holiday that you spent with your entire family. Your mother, your father, your grandparents, your nieces, your nephews, your kinfolks, your cousins. And if you were married, you decided you spent alternate. In even years, we spend it with my family. In odd years, we spend it with your family, in-laws. So this is how it's supposed to happen. Keith and Karen are supposed to go to Karen's mother's for Thanksgiving. And at Karen's mother's, he meets his brother-in-laws, his sister-in-laws, his nieces, his nephews, Karen's cousins, their children, his extended cousin. He stays with his in-laws, who he calls mom and dad. Like he called his mother mom and dad. He sees his grandparents, who he calls Nene or Big Daddy or something like that. Roger. He didn't like to be called all that. And then usually there was somebody from, even a great grandparent was alive. He saw his great uncles, great aunts, cousins up and down the street. Oh, yes, 30, 40, 50 people around. You got the adults table. You got the kids table. This is what it's supposed to be. And in the house, you have equal portions of men and women, equal portions of husband, wives. And this is when the hit squad comes in, every bit of 30 years old, and he brings his girlfriend. Because to get invited home for the holidays meant some shit back in that day. So if a man brought a woman around, that was serious. He brought her to meet the family. And this is the day when, had to bring Karen home them too, right? Why? So you had to be off Wednesday to travel, so you can arrive Wednesday, or early Thursday morning, spend the entire Thursday, eat meal 1, 2, and 3, and then travel back. Thanksgiving used to be the busiest holiday because you had Thanksgiving morning, and then the next day you had breakfast. And it was a great time because you got to see the entire family. Contrast that with what Christmas is. Christmas is where you spend with your nuclear family. This is where Keith and, I said Karen, I made a mistake. This is where Keith and Phoebe, FBI, Keith and Phoebe, they are at home in their house. And their 3 kids are in their rooms. And the dog is in wherever the dog is. The dog with me is going to be outside. I don't do indoor dogs. This is where Dirty Santa or Elf on the Shelf and all this stuff happens. You ever seen Elf on the Shelf? Every morning the elf is doing something different. So from the day after Thanksgiving all the way through Christmas Eve, it's the celebration. There's eggnog, there's decorating the trees, there's gingerbread, spice, everything nice. You're looking at the Grinch Who Stole Christmas, Frosty the Snowman. It's just a good time. People are decorating their houses. People are walking in their neighborhoods, caroling. They're shopping. There's gift wrapping. There are gifts coming in. There are gifts going out. And all of this is happening. But Christmas Eve, the triplets, 1, 2, and 3, all have to be in bed before nighttime. Go to sleep so Santa Claus can come. and deliver the presents. Now, whatever your family's tradition was, maybe you had presents on the tree, maybe you didn't matter, but you had to be in bed before a certain time and stay in bed, because if you woke up and Santa saw you, he'd throw pepper in your eye or whatever. But the bottom line is they got the stockings around the chimney or whatever. And the parents are just like having a good time, messing with the kids, games or whatever. Christmas Eve night, the adults sit around and think about the year, reminisce on the year, put a little bit of rum in that eggnog, get some eggnog. And then the next morning, here it comes. Mom and dad are in the bed. And who comes through the door first? Here comes the dog opening the door to give the kids a reason to open the door and jump in the bed and say, Mom, Dad, get up. See, he came. What happened? Santa was here. And the kids drag Mom and Dad out with morning breath and everything else, but they've already kind of got themselves together. Coffee is brewing, and the kids are just excited. Look at all the presents and this and that. And then the kids, your children, rush under the tree and start passing out the gifts. Now, depending on what your family did, maybe Dad handed out the gifts. Somebody put on the Santa hat and handed out the gifts. You handed out the gifts, and everybody got their gift, read the card. You read the card. You opened your gift. You said, thank you. Took pictures, moved on. It's a good time. And then after you did that, you could get in the car and drive to your grandparents' house. If you live in the same city. But the bottom line, most of the Christmas day was spent with your nuclear family. Fast forward to Big Shirley now. Ain't nobody there. Ain't nobody there. I take that back. There is somebody there. She got 2 or 3 kids from 2 or 3 different baby daddies, but not one god darn man is in the house. All that stuff I was talking about the night before, all she's got is stress. Because she knows ain't nobody there in the morning to help her with all this other stuff. And she wondering what her baby daddies are doing or her exes or whatever. And that's for the women with kids. The women without kids, none of this happens. For women without kids, you might as well end the year on October 31st. For single women, I am making a new proclamation. As president of the feminist movement, as captain of the feminists, as leaders of the feminists, you guys give me a title. What is my title of the feminists? Who am I? I'm the general of the feminists. I'm the 5-star feminist general. As the 5-star feminist general, nope, can't do that. I need to be an emperor. I need to be a monarch. King of the feminists. As the king of the feminist movement, I have a new royal decree. For women who are unwed, the calendar year officially ends on October 31st. That's right. After Halloween, we skip all of November and December. You go straight to January. That's right, because you don't need the rest of the year if you're a single woman. If you don't need the rest of the year. Matter of fact, you don't even need Halloween. Scratch that. The year ends October 30th because you got no kids, you got no family, you got nothing to live for. Scratch. You don't have the things you want. How about that? So the year ends October 30th on through. So that means for every woman out there who's single with no children and over the age of 21, I need you to take 2 months, multiply it by your age, and that's how many more years you are. Let's say you're a 30-year-old woman, okay? You're a 30-year-old woman, okay? And I want you to take 2 months times 30. That's 60 months, right? And I want you to divide that by 10. That's 3. You're actually 3 years older. So if you're a single woman, you're 33 years old, holiday time. Oh my God, I'm going to hell. The wall is that much closer. But back on why is this important? Modern women are home alone for the holidays, like real live Kevin McAllisters, because you got your...
I'm a PhD.
That's what you got. This is why you see so many modern women doing what I just saw. Hold on. Can I get it? I don't want to mess this up. I don't want to mess this up. Hold on. There we go. So many modern women are doing what I just saw. I posted this on my Instagram story. So many modern women, and this stuff is spreading. This stuff is spreading, people. Make no mistake, it's spreading, it's spreading, it's spreading. So how many women are home alone for the holidays? They're like, I hate him. I hate his whole face. I know, but I didn't do it, Shirley. I swear to God, it wasn't me. It wasn't me, Shirley. Shirley, it wasn't me, I swear, okay? Dinner time, 4 tables, 12 women, and no men. It's spreading. It's spreading. In Atlanta, shout out. In Atlanta, that's Virgil. Virgil. You lost you too soon, bro. All right. So what do you got? 4 tables, 12 women, no men. It's spreading. Why, ladies? Because modern women are home alone for the holidays. Is this what you planned? Is this what you planned? And what I want to know is what you guys talked about over the holidays. Because this was the first holiday after, this is, before AD and BC. Depending upon what you believe, BC meant before Christ, AD meant after death, depending upon what you believe. But whatever you believe, this is, for without a shadow of a doubt, the first holiday season before KS and after KS. This is the first holiday season. That's not all. This is the first holiday season. Christmas of 2020 was BKS, or average at best, or B average at best, or BAAB. BKS. Last 2020 Christmas was BKS, before Kevin Samuels, or before average at best. Christmas 2021 or holidays 2021 are after average at best, or after Kevin Samuels. The conversation has changed. There's just no two ways about it. The conversation has changed and no one can deny it. I know for a fact that people around the holidays, around the table, was talking differently. Things were different. Conversations were different. Mothers were answering questions that they had not heard. Mothers were hearing things that they had not heard their entire lifetimes. The men in the house were smiling because the women actually had to have the conversations about height, weight, dress size. Why haven't you found a man? The men really didn't have to do much conversation other than reminding women of sign language, high value, buy a dog and die alone. You can't make this shit up. Somebody sent me a picture of a man wearing a jacket. Well, you know what? I'll show you. I will show you better than I can tell you. I'll show you better than I can tell you. I should do this myself. I guess I should do this myself. To show you how the conversation has changed. To show how the conversation has changed. I can't make this shit up. Shame, insults, the need to be right. Accountability is like kryptonite. This is somebody wearing this in the Tom Ford store here in Phipps Plaza. And on the front, it says something about Power Fist and Kevin Samuels or something, whatever. The conversation has changed. And we need to talk about it. Ladies, I want to know how the conversation has changed knowing that you're going into this holiday season. Ain't nobody buying you nothing for Christmas. Ain't nobody buying you nothing for Christmas.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Christmas presents? Ha ha, that's a joke. What happens when you're a single woman? When you're a single woman, you pick between your single sisters and your cousins, and you guys decide who you're going to exchange gifts with. And you guys have been exchanging gifts with your sisters and your cousins for so long, and you've been so comfortable being single for so long, you don't even know how broken you were until this year. If you've been single if you've been single over 18 months as a woman, it is your fault. It's on you. Especially if you are 6 or better. I mean, hell, even if you're 5 or better, you have had plenty of suitable men approach you, whether you recognize it or not. There is really no way that a woman who is especially a woman who's fit and average looking to cute, there are more women than men. You've had somebody approach you. So I find it interesting when I talk to these women, they've been single for 3, 4, 5, 7 years. I'm working on myself. No, you're not. You're stuck. You're like a fly in molasses. And 2021 was your wake-up call. Welcome to reality. This Christmas, you are spending alone. And unlike Kevin McAllister, no one's going to come and try to break in your house to entertain you. You got that damn dog, and you got nothing else. And you ladies need to tune in to the pain of this. Yes, the pain. So you can make sure you don't repeat this mess. You got all these women trying to tell you ladies, there's no problem. Enjoy yourself, such and so forth. Please. This is the time of year you want to have somebody to escort you to the Christmas party. You want to have somebody to open Christmas presents with and plan a life with so you can get to the kids' part and all this other kind of stuff. Many of you are so far from that. You didn't have anybody to even take home to Thanksgiving, much less thinking that out of 2 years you're going to have a husband if you're not actively doing the work. So it's Christmas time. Who are you going to the Christmas party with? How many Christmas events are you going to miss because you can't roll in there solo and not look like a fool? You can't show up at Christmas parties and not roll solo and people not say anything, especially the older you get. So many times you ladies just, I'm busy. I got this, I got that. No, you don't have a date. It's not even a date. You don't even have a man. And men are not just going to be plus ones so you can lie to yourself anymore. Men are like, bump that. Men.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Do not become somebody's plus one at a Christmas party so she can stick her head in the sand. You really want to help her? Say no. I hope this season that men countrywide do not go anywhere with women they are not in a relationship with. Oh yeah, it's time for an intervention. Hi, this is your intervention. You're going to be home alone. So you're going to skip the company Christmas party. Fine. I'm going to exchange gifts with your cousin. Both of y'all cheap anyway. Or you worried about what she going to spend on you? What you going to exchange gifts and set a limit to that? Yeah. Okay, Karen and Brenda, we're going to exchange gifts with each other. We're going to set a $100 limit. Why even do it? Why even do it? It's kind of like when we used to go to school and do a gift exchange. I never liked that because all you had to set a limit at something. I'm like, what? There's no thought in it. It's just a gift. Somebody should have something with their name on it. I didn't care anything about those. It's not just the gift. It's the thought that goes behind it. You got nobody to buy gifts for. No one they don't know your taste. Why even do it? Y'all pretending. You showing up to your mother's house. How many women are showing up to their mother's house? You know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean, guys. How many women are showing up to their mother's house? How many women are showing up to their mother's house? Like this.
Execute Order 66.
Hey, hey, mama, how you doing? Hey, girl, how you? Uh-huh. Showing up to their mama's house with some crap they bought from Bath and Body Works or something. So what are y'all buying? Just a bunch of tchotchkes and insignificant stuff. Nothing important. You ain't got no sexy lingerie. You ain't got no beautiful heels. You ain't got a nice purse, a sexy perfume. Nothing. You ladies are buying each other pencil sharpeners, copy paper. I mean, come on, man. Let's get real. This is who did it to you.
Execute Order 66.
That's who did it to you right there. And you ladies are, like I say, buying each other pencil sharpeners and copy paper and Post-its and whiteout. You mother suckers are Christmas shopping at Office Depot, giving each other Amazon gift cards and Starbucks gift cards and carrying on. Because that's how lazy modern women have gotten, because you got nothing to look forward to. A lot of you ladies gotta admit you're dead on the inside when it comes to the holidays. The year ended October 30th. And the only way to shock any sense into you is to have the conversation. Are you tired yet? Are you tired of telling people you're boss chicks and you're dope and this and that and da-da-da-da-da? You're alone. You're alone and a man of value is not seriously vetting you to become his significant other in any way. You're getting older, and name me a product that more valuable with age and use. But the older you get, the more you think you should get more, because that's what the people who got books and courses to sell keep telling you. I'm telling you, no. You want to get out of this tailspin? Let's talk about it. You want to get out of this tailspin? Let's talk about it. Because I don't know. I know when I'm walking around my neighborhood, I'm seeing people with strollers and the dogs with the little dog sweater on, and one lady's got a stroller and she's got a baby. Yeah, what y'all doing? Huh? What? Huh? What? And we even talked about Christmas. You're gonna miss the Christmas party because you ain't got nobody to go with. You're gonna go home for Christmas and y'all gonna do that BS gift exchange with one of your relatives that you gonna talk shit about what she bought you. I mean, when's the last time you got something from David Yurman? When was the last time you got something from Christmas that was more than $1,000 for one thing? Because that ain't coming from no woman. That's coming from a man. When was the last time you got something that had a comma in it? I didn't hear you. What'd you say? I didn't hear you. I can't hear you, Shirley. When was the last time you got something that had a comma in it? The smaller the ring, the bigger the ring, the smaller the girl. When was the last time you got a... When was the last time you had somebody brought an orange bag for you? Take that out the way in the shot. When was the last time? When was the last time? I didn't hear you. What'd you say? What? Oh, you didn't. Oh, these is red bottoms. These is blood issue. You didn't. Oh, you didn't get one of those either. Huh. Well, that's what happens when you get a 3 trash bag dusty or whatever. What's the latest stuff they calling men today? What's the latest crap these manless women are calling men today? Mm-hmm. What we need to call y'all is Miss McAllister. Home Alone. Home Alone. I can't hear you. What? Say what? Okay, so I thought. So, ladies, we've got up to Christmas, and you opening that nice, you're opening that nice shiny ream of copy paper, 95 brightness. Oh my God, some of the most boring shit they ever sell is office products. You're opening that nice ream of copy paper, 103 brightness, low dust. Somebody's telling you all the sexiness about the copy paper, how it won't jam your printer. Yeah. You got liquid paper and correction tape. Oh, getting excited. Shit. Woo! Got you a pen. Sadly, your pen might just be cross or something like that. Damn sure ain't nobody gonna buy you a Mont Blanc, and then that comes from a man too. All right, so right. So then you go ahead and get that, what y'all call perfume, that y'all spray on each other. Then y'all sit around at the Christmas table. Sadly, many of y'all are sitting around that mother sucker. And this is when it starts. This is when I'm a manifest. Next year's gonna be different, girl. I'm not gonna be here with my husband. I'm gonna manifest me a man. You got one manifest madness woman sitting there because she's gonna be an entrepreneur and change everything by next year. Then another one's gonna become a musician, artist, and travel the world. This is when all the talk starts. This is when the wine starts flowing, and this is when the women with kids start talking about, hey, baby daddies ain't crap. And then, I mean, this is where it goes down. This is where it goes down. And for the next 2.5 to 3 hours, the bulk of the conversation is about the men who are not there because there's a vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum. There's supposed to be men in the front room watching the Cowboys or the Detroit Lions, the teams that normally play on Christmas Day. Somebody's supposed to be teaching the kids how to ride bikes and playing in the driveway. There's supposed to be stuff going on. The kids are supposed to open their gifts and go outside and play, but no. All you got is a bunch of kids who have been crammed into somebody's back room, being babysat by the Disney Channel, watching Marvel. Just go play Iron Man or the Avengers, Spider-Man or something, and you got these women in the front room in the kitchen sitting around drinking Reuniti, or you're drinking wine, talking crap. And as the day turns into night, another holiday home alone. Because Shirley can't fit in that. But Shirley,
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes,
I know.
lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits, you name it!
That's Shirley in the kitchen making her to-go plate because they always brought too much food because they got to eat their emotions, right? They got to eat them emotions, so they're going to take all that home. Somebody going to mess around and get the peach cobbler and going to take too much crust, and there's going to be arguing, bickering back and forth. Them nasty mustard greens going to be over there. The collards going to be all gone. Yeah, this how it go down. The most exciting part of the day is going to be the crap talking at that table and watching them starting to divvy up what's left of the food. And then when they leave, the women who are left behind to clean up gonna talk shit about the women who left because they lazy, they this, they that, they never do nothing, they greens is nasty, da-da-da-da. See, the entire, right, and then it's over. Christmas is over. It's December 26th. And you staring down the barrel of a 45. What do you got next? What's next is New Year's Eve. What's next is the holiday for grown folks. See, this is the holiday you're supposed to take the kids to your grandparents' to your in-laws and you and the missus go to Dallas or Houston and you stay at the St. You go to Atlanta, you stay at the St. Regis and go to Chops for dinner, and then you go to an event. Yeah, see, you're supposed to put on your velvet dinner jacket. You're supposed to put on a sequin gown. Yeah, you're supposed to go out and do the damn thing. You're supposed to check in that night, go party, wake up. Maybe you go to a bed and breakfast, whatever. You're supposed to be doing something with your significant other. Because what's that old myth? Whoever you're kissing on New Year's Eve is who you're going to bring into the New Year with. Well, many of y'all ain't kissed yourself. Many of y'all ain't kissed nobody. You know what's really pathetic? To see a bunch of single women out on New Year's Eve. Goddamn shame. Yep. Sad. Especially when they're attractive. Things have changed, ladies. Because now people are starting to say, why the hell are they single? This is AKS. This is 2021. I mean, 2020, we could understand it before Kevin Samuels, before Average at Best, but now it's after Average at Best, after Kevin Samuels. Why are you still single? Oh, you haven't done the work. Oh, you haven't got any therapy. Okay. You obviously ain't got in the gym. Mm-hmm. Okay. So men want fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, childless. In your right mind. Okay. All right. Uh-huh. Let's talk about it, ladies. Are you going to be home alone for the holidays? And let's not even talk about caroling and all that other kind of stuff. See, like I said, everything that I just described, so many women just sitting there seething. They know they got nobody to spend the holidays with. It's just like, ugh, I hate him. I wish it would go straight all the way through. I wish it was January 2nd already. They don't want the bowl season, gentlemen. They don't want the college playoffs. They want to skip all the way. They don't even want January 2nd. I'm sorry. Scratch. Mistake. The year ends for McAllister women October 30th, and we start on February 15th. So we need to redo the calculation. So the entire month of November, December, January, and half of February. That's 3.5 months, okay? For simple math, we're going to call it 75 days. 75 days. I need you to add how old you are. I need you to convert your age and age adjust your age additional 75 days. So for every year you've been alive, add another 75 days. Mm-hmm. That's how old you are. Yep. Because what do modern women need from Halloween through Valentine's? Nothing. Oh, I'm making friends today. Fellas. And they're like, I hate him. It's his delivery. You mean how he actually articulates the truth and reality that you're not happy? And if you looked at the study I put up on my Instagram, 2.5 million black men are, let's just go ahead and post it up there. For those who think the reason I'm single is because there ain't no men out here. Right. Go over my Instagram where I went ahead and posted this. 2.5 million black men are in the upper class. 2.5 million black men are in the upper class. So yeah, y'all can go ahead and miss me with all that. Well, the reason I ain't no men out, you talk about a gift with a comma in it. Where they at? Around the women with collarbones. That's where they at. They're around the women with collarbones. You'll meet them in the Group X class. You'll meet them in spin class. That's where they are. They're around water. Accountability and water, like kryptonite. Oh my God. Holy crap, I said that. Accountability is like kryptonite. So is water. I can't sweat my hair out. Kryptonite. I can't do that. Why not? It's gonna mess up my wig, my hair. Kryptonite. Mm-hmm. Accountability, gentlemen. It's like kryptonite. And it's always your fault. You didn't know that? You didn't know that? It's always your fault. But see, this year, we had an opportunity to do something we hadn't had an opportunity to do before. This year, men had a secret weapon. Me. Men had a secret weapon, and they were able to talk about what they actually want. See, 2.5 million black men are in the upper class. And I want to add something to this. And those black men tend to be lumped into 10 states. Into 10 states. So I don't want to hear this crap about you can't find them and where all the good men at. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're where they need to be. Where you at? The Zoom line is open, ladies. I want to hear from you, honestly. Okay. All joking aside, monologue over. I want to hear how different Christmas was this year. Because I've heard from many people that Christmas time this year was unlike anything they had ever experienced before. I actually have videos that I can't play of people sending me videos of what was going on at their family. And I'm like, wow. There was actually arguments over the holidays. That's crazy. I'm like, you mean your mother and your people got into arguments over what? Yeah, over. I had guys talking about their mother said, don't be bringing none of that Kevin Samuels stuff into my house. Y'all want to talk about this? Leave. Now think about that. I want you to think about it. You got people saying, giving you rules of what you can talk about. Ain't that a bust? You need to ask yourself a question. Why? Why is it so wrong that you as a man actually have an opinion? Okay, go ahead and unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Nicole. That's sad. Okay, you need to turn off YouTube in the background. Okay, I'm going to mute you, Nicole, until you turn off YouTube in the background. The KS awakening is real. I know it's real. When I'm seeing people walking around, and somebody sent me a picture of that person wearing that shirt. I'm like, okay. They thought I made it. I'm like, no, that wasn't me. Hello, how are you? I am well. How old are you? You muted yourself. How old are you? I don't know. You said how old are you? I asked you how old you were. Oh my God. Miss Elle.
Oh, sorry, I can't do it. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, then
I can hear
good.
you.
Oh, good. Okay, great. So
how old are you? How old are you?
I'm
34. All right. So how was the holiday different this year?
So for me, the holiday isn't different. I only called in to tell you that I agree with what you said. And because of your podcast, I am a better woman. Probably not any more, I would say, valuable, because I have children and they have different dads. So I already know where it is. But I have my oldest daughter listening to you before she gets messed up. So that's all I wanted to say.
So did you go home for the holidays though?
No, I live alone and
Oh, okay.
I live alone. And sorry, yeah, I live alone and I cooked for Thanksgiving. I
Okay.
do for every Thanksgiving at this point.
So how many kids do you have?
I have 5.
5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you were going to be doing, has this content made you think about doing things differently or changing how you approach things?
Absolutely. Because in 2015, I wrote a book about all the stuff you're saying, which is the weirdest thing. And I remember you guys, a lot of people don't like your delivery, but I feel like this is what's the problem. We're not accepting your truth. And at the end of the day, what you're saying is absolutely true. And for those of us who don't have children, this could absolutely help them if they just listen. I mean, I received from it. Like, I remember a young lady called in and you asked her, what do you want? She said, I want a husband. You said, okay, how often do you cook? She said twice a week. And you asked her, are you gonna cook every day for your husband? And she said, yeah. You said, bullshit.
Well,
I was-
do
but I
you
thought
know
that was
why though?
yes, because you're not in a habit. It
Right.
takes
You're
well,
not in the habit of already
yes,
doing it. So you're not going to all of a sudden start when you get married.
exactly. And ever since that podcast, I cook every day.
Okay.
So now, granted, I'm not at this point, I'm not really looking for anything. I've kind of accepted my fate and I'm like next to no man's
Right.
land tomorrow. But
Right.
and I don't care about having degrees and all that. And it's funny because I'm one of the women in the world that feel like we are supposed to be domesticated. I know the women are gonna be mad at me for this, but I feel like we're
Why?
supposed to be domesticated.
Why would you be mad?
Well, a lot of women don't like that. They feel like we're liberated and we're supposed to be, you
Who's supposed?
know,
Okay, but it can be liberated. But who's supposed to cook for the children though?
exactly. And who's supposed to stay at home and teach the children? Like, there's so many reasons why you should be married before having, not even if you want to have sex, just don't have babies because that thing will mess
Right.
you up. It really
So
will.
so you said you have your daughters listening.
I have my 16-year-old listening. Yes.
Okay.
She's kind of tuned out of it. But I'm like, you need to listen to him because this is what men are saying behind your back,
Well,
And
it won't. Here's the funny thing. It's behind the back today. It ain't gonna be behind the back much longer. Men are starting to ask. I put up on there a guy wearing a jacket that had sign language on it. Shame, insults, guilt, and need to be right. And at the bottom it said accountability is like kryptonite. And on the front of the shirt it said something like, believe in Kevin Samuels or something, Kevin Samuels rock, whatever. The cool part is it's not going to just be quiet anymore. Guys are starting to talk about this.
yeah, you said bullshit.
Okay, so Nicole, hold on.
Hello.
Why are you not on camera? Nicole, I'm speaking to you.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
How old are you?
24.
How did Thanksgiving change? How did the holiday change this year?
How'd the holidays change this year?
That's the question we're asking.
Things are open again.
Okay. Have you been paying attention to my broadcast, or did you just call?
No, I've been paying attention. I'm
Okay.
watching it with my boyfriend.
Oh, okay. And you're 24?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What made you start watching my broadcast?
My boyfriend got me into it.
All right. So the question on the table: did you go home for the holidays?
I will be. I live in Canada.
All right. So, did you have a question? Because I've got a topic going on, but did you have a question or anything?
Not in particular, no.
Okay. Well, have a good holiday. Okay. Hey, ladies, do me a favor. Call in with something to say. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something a little bit different now. Moderators, I'm going to allow the guys to call in because I want to hear from the fellas, my chat dudes, my chat members. I want to hear from the CIA. The chat going forward is going to be called the Academy. Because the CIA has an academy and the FBI has an academy. But the chat's going to be called the Academy. So I want to hear from the CIA Academy how the French toast the holiday was when you went home. I know y'all been waiting for it. There it is, guys. Oh, let me make sure we pass the line now. In order to open the Academy, we have to be past a certain line. And we need to make sure we're over that line. Oh no, we're not even close to it. Not even close to it. Not even close to it. When 15,000 people in here watching, 14,000 people in here watching, we're going to need at least 30 more people to drop $20 on it. You guys want to get in here and talk your shit? No, we're going to need at least 50 people to drop $20 on it. Come on, man. We got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, hogs, dogs, pig, chicken, pasta, fish, turkey, rabbit. Come on, guys. And the largest contributor, A3. Nope. So what we're gonna do, and while we're doing that, I'm dead ass serious. Get them up, guys.
What you gonna do when Halyte catch an attitude? Drop to them knees and show gratitude. Kiss my ring, chick. This song right here is for all the fellas out there, taking care of business and making that money to provide for their ladies, provide for their family. And to all the ladies out there, the fella's gonna need a little bit more than a big piece of chicken. If you got a good man and you want for nothing, and you want to keep that man, you need to learn how to check that attitude. You need to show some appreciation. You need to show some respect. Girl, you need to bow down. All my fellas, tell your lady. Bow to me, kneel for me, kneel for me. Kiss the ring, bow to me, kneel for me, kneel for me. Pay homage to the king in your life. Wisdom and security, I give that. Devotion and honesty, I show that.
There we go.
Passion and love, you feel that?
Fella said, hell yeah, it was different.
Obedience and loyalty, I need that.
King time.
Friendship and trust, I've earned that. Gratitude, appreciation, I deserve that. Bow down, pay homage to the king in your life. Baby girl, what's the deal? Got no time for freaking girl, you're acting mad. Never want for nothing cause I'm paying the bill. Sleeping all day, the house is filthy. No meal. Come on, girl, give me some feedback. Let me know what's good, what's up. Where's your head at? Giving me attitude, not today, girl. Dead that. Strip off them clothes, I'm trying to beat that. Bed that. You're really saying not tonight? Not tonight. My blood is boiling hot, girl. You're getting me tight. Aw, man. To the right. Don't let that door hit your ass when you leave. You talking like you hot, you not. Shorty, I know dime pieces, trust me, you not. I can get a next chick, next one. Like Gucci said, in the next 15 minutes. You ain't special, don't be foolish. Running around town like you rich, no, I'm rich. Without me, you wouldn't even have that. I'm Scrooge McDuck swimming in money. Hold my top hat. Park Avenue lifestyle, you love it. You're acting out of order and now you're gonna lose it. You claim that you're in love with me and love with me. You wanna be my wifey, be my wifey. That's looking pretty bleak, unlikely. You should've paid homage, girl, you fucked up. Can't do it, no more, I'm done. I'm fed up, game over, clock ran out. Girl, your time's up, get your things, have a nice life. Keep your head up like Shaq and Kobe was a good team. But now we broke up, should've bowed to me, kneel for me, kneel for me. Kiss the ring, bow to me, kneel for me, kneel for me. Pay homage to the king in your life. Wisdom and security, I give that. Devotion and honesty, I show that. Passion and love, you feel that? Bow down, girl, you need to show some respect. Obedience and loyalty, I need that. Friendship and trust, I've earned that. Gratitude, appreciation, I deserve that. Bow down, pay homage to the king.
Gotta get on the cameras, fella.
Come on, girl, you know you love it. Stop tripping in front and no shame to do it. All I do for you, bow down, kiss that. Pucker up, girl, you need to show some respect. Come on, girl, you know you love it. Stop tripping in front and no much you're the king in your life. Come on, you know you love it. Come on, you know you love it. What you gonna do when Halyte catch an attitude? Drop to them knees and show gratitude. Come on, you know you love it. Come on, girl, you know you love it. What you gonna do when Halyte catch an attitude? Drop to the knees and show gratitude. Kiss my camera chick.
What's going on, man?
Hello.
How you pronounce your first name?
Are you talking to me in the
Yeah,
orange?
yeah. How to pronounce your first name?
Yeah, it's Het.
How were the holidays different this year?
It was different. I mean, I guess I'm home from college. I really love all your content. It's really a good red pilled perspective on the world and the current grievances of young men as well as young women. So I really appreciate creators like yourself.
So were you able to have any of these discussions at home?
No, that's not something we really do. Or
okay.
Yeah. So
all right. So hold on. Let me try to bring some folks in who actually what I'm trying to do, but I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Go ahead and fall back.
How was the holiday?
Okay, so what I'm trying to do is hear guys who actually discuss some of this stuff at home. I'm going to give preference to the men who are on camera. If I can't see you on camera, yeah. So turn on the camera so I can at least see who I'm talking to. You ain't got to stay on there. All right, here we go. Yeah, who's this dude? Drew? Who was that? You got your hand covering your face. I'm not too keen with that one. Oh, you got like braids and stuff. All right, cool. That's fine with me. Let's do this. Cool. Now, respect the room and let's get into it. Young Drew, what's going on? Unmute yourself. Mm-hmm. Yeah. See the problem with you though, dude, is you were muted. See the problem with you. I want you guys to understand this little dude. I want you to understand this little dude. This is one of these little test tube babies. That's why I didn't even turn it on. See, he's guys. I want you to understand. This dude actually called in here thinking he was gonna actually get on. Dude, ain't nobody heard a motherfucking thing you said. You've been talking to the computer. The audio hasn't gone out. It's going right here. Can't nobody even hear it. Where's your daddy at? Where's your father? Where's your father? Why are you so angry, young man? Yeah. Come on, little girl, bring it back. You got long, pretty braids. Why are you so angry, young man? Did I hurt your feelings? Did I make it difficult for you to look at your mama with the same amount of respect you used to? Did it make you question why your daddy wasn't there? It probably wasn't his fault. I mean, look at what he raised. Whatever's going on with you, young man, it ain't my problem. The hurt you're feeling, the anger you're feeling, the way you got to lash out to older black men to share your father's age and resemblance, this is a manifestation of what's going on inside of you, young man. That's why the prison is full of young men that look like you. They've monetized it for the gain of this country. And you think you did something to embarrass me? I saw you coming from a mile away, just like the prison system. Just like the corporate machine, just like everything else that keeps you little boys so confused. But you think I'm your enemy. I'm not your problem. The only group of young men that walk around, you old da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, but you're at the bottom. So I get where you're coming from. If you got the courage to call back, you're more than welcome to talk to me. But maybe this is the first time you've ever spoken to a man, because like I said, obviously the issue is there. I don't begrudge you that you didn't have a father growing up, neither did I. But every older black man ain't your problem. Whatever your issue is, talk to your mama, get it sorted out, and get you some therapy. Hello, how are you? I am well. First name? Eli. Now let's go ahead and put Eli on actual audio so everyone can hear Eli, unlike they did not hear you. How are you, my friend?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm all right. How was Thanksgiving or the holidays different this year?
Oh man, for me personally, it was very different. So it's kind of ironic you brought that up. I won't even say it was just different for me. It seemed like it was different for a few people around.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean?
Like just the dynamic. Usually it's a big gathering. This
Mm-hmm.
is like, besides last year with the COVID, this was like a year that was kind of worse than last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you actually go home or did you?
I know, and that was, that was one of the things. My mother becoming an age where she's starting to, get out of that
Yeah, yeah.
ability,
Mm-hmm. To cook for
big.
everybody and things like
Yeah.
that.
So, the last couple of years, it's been like a mutual assistance type thing.
Right.
So this year, it's like, the new generation is like a little. It's more just the little families.
Hold on, Eli. Hold on, just a second. I'm gonna bring somebody else in too.
All right.
So I want to see if you actually got a chance to get home. Joseph, go ahead. I muted you. I see you. Court. How are you? Well, how old are you? So how were the holidays different this year?
Well, normally, like I'm over the road because I'm a truck driver, but I did get back the day after,
Mm-hmm.
and I had these conversations with my younger cousins. Cause like
Okay.
I'm from a huge family, so all of my cousins that were in their 30s, of course, they don't like to hear anything I'm saying. But the younger ones,
The older men or the ones in their 30s, they're men or women?
yeah, the women, like my
Okay.
women cousins that
Oh,
are
okay.
around my age, yeah, it's just I got all of them got triggered pretty much.
So if I'm hearing you said the day after you tried to sit down and talk to your older female cousins, they wasn't having no parts of it.
Right. Especially
How'd you
because,
bring it up? How'd you bring it up?
well, I recently got divorced.
Okay.
So I'm back in the dating market and I'm telling them that, well, basically, I'm asking them a question. I'm like, okay, there's something wrong with me
Uh-huh.
because the females that are being attracted to me and I'm
Mm-hmm.
attracted to, they're in their younger 20s, like 22, 23. And the
Mm-hmm.
first thing that happened was, um, oh, you're insecure. You want to control women. You can't handle women our age. Like, hold up.
Oh, okay. Sign language.
Right. How
Oh,
did that pop up when
Mhm.
it's like I'm talking to females and I just ask them their age, but
Now, I want to be
what?
clear so everybody at home can understand. These are women that are related to you.
Yes, these are all my
These are women that are
base.
supposed to care about you,
Right.
love you as their cousin. And because you
Exactly.
asked your female cousins, hey, what's going on with the kind of women I attract? They insult you on the behalf of
Exactly.
strangers.
Right.
Okay. So now y'all understand the dynamic.
Right.
That
And
it don't even
the
matter
young
if you related to some of these modern women. The
right.
sisterhood code is strong. They stick together beyond family.
Right. Now my older aunts, like my great aunts, they're all in their 70s. They
Uh,
understand because they understand my great grandfather was 20 years older than my great grandmother.
right. Well, they also
But
come from a generation to where they saw the world what was, and a
right.
lot of these women also, as they're transitioning.
Hello. Hey, how you guys? Hello.
Oh no,
Hi.
hello, Joe. Yeah, how are you?
Hello. I'm a Southern girl. No, we don't always think that way. We don't.
Who are you
We
talking to?
don't.
Who are you talking to?
What I'm saying is we don't always think that.
Who are you talking to?
What I'm talking to is the fact that he has cousins that have told him certain things, and we don't always.
Ma'am. Why don't we do this? How don't you start the conversation with introducing yourself? Hi.
Hi.
How old are you?
Oh, I'm Tasha. I'm 42.
Okay. Tasha, do you know the man that was just speaking?
No, I was just listening while y'all were,
Okay,
having your
so that man was telling what happened to him. And your issue with it was what?
Well, I was just okay. Okay, I think I got it right.
You got YouTube playing on in the background or the TV or something. It just needs to be on your computer.
Okay. Yeah, you can mute me because I don't know how to turn this off, but
Turn off the TV. Or turn off YouTube and just leave on Zoom.
okay. No, I was.
Mm-hmm. So what y'all just kind of witnessed is that woman is not even related to this brother, but because we have a gynocracy, women in charge, black women in general, don't matter how old they are, they think that we're their property. They talk to us in general like we belong to them because they're used to being our mothers, our babysitters, and everything else. This is why you can get women who are half my age who talk to me like I'm their equal. That's why I'm curious to see what happened over the holidays, because so many women are going to have to deal with a different kind of man. Because now men are starting to actually stand up and say what they do want and don't. Hello, how are you?
Hi, how are you, Mr. Samuel?
I am well. How old are you?
Me, I am 32.
So how was this holidays different?
Well, the holiday was different for me because I now have like an intermediate family. My husband, he's from the Dominican Republic. We met over in his country,
Uh-huh.
and we've been together now for more than, I would say, 4 and 5 years now.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't able. I've had different situations growing up in New York City.
Okay, what I'm really trying to get to, did you guys in your family discuss any of the stuff we talk about over here?
As far as
Anything?
Yeah, I mean, I would say just as far as your title is that you're correct. Where I'm currently at right now, in the tri-state area, there's a lot of women walking around now angry. I see them in the supermarkets. I see them by themselves. I see them yelling at their kids. I see
Okay.
them dragging their kids. I see
Okay.
them
So what I'm
cursing.
trying to get to, what I'm looking for specifically is people who around the Thanksgiving table talked about the stuff that we talk about over here. I know it happens, but I'm really trying to stay focused because we're right after Thanksgiving. So if that didn't happen, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the men because we're at the men's part right now. But when I see a lady pop in, I'm trying to understand. But so you didn't sit around the table talking about any of my videos specifically.
No, but people are constantly talking about you and talking about
I know. But at the dinner table, that's what I'm trying to get a hold of.
dinner table, not for Thanksgiving, but yeah, on the
Okay.
regular, yeah, people are constantly talking about you.
Okay, appreciate it. Yeah, I know people are talking, but it's one thing to have people talking, but it's another thing when you got family talking. When you got family talking, that's another thing. It's a completely different thing. Completely different thing. We have too many people jumping in and out, and we don't have the avatars who are up. So here's what we're gonna do. Oscar, go ahead.
Good evening.
I'm well. How old are you? 21. So, did you go home for the holidays? And where your family from? Did you guys discuss any of my videos or anything like that?
Surprisingly, yes, they did come up. I do have conversations about your type of content with my mother.
Uh-huh.
She doesn't necessarily accept a lot of the things that you say, but at the same time, she is very understanding of some of the things that I be saying because she was actually raised by a very conservative father, so my grandfather.
So how did you? Is there a specific video that you brought up?
No, just
Okay.
your content overall.
Okay. So I guess what I'm trying to find, guys, is people who actually said, "Did you watch this video?" Because everybody talks about the topics, and we have time to do that any day. I want to actually get down to, hey, hold on just a second. I brought in, I saw this video of a single mother of two who felt like she deserved a man making $900,000 a year. That's kind of what we want to get to. And if you got to, let's do this. Jared, go ahead. Unmute yourself. See, Jared, unmute yourself. We got hello.
Hello.
How are you?
You all right? How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I am 38.
So, did any of my videos or anything like that come up at the dinner table over Thanksgiving?
Yeah, matter of fact, I actually put my mother on to you.
Okay.
And I was scared to do it at first because I didn't know how she was going to react. But
right.
She was like, "Oh my gosh, women need to hear this. It's
Okay.
harsh, but it's true. We have a problem, and we need to hear this." So she kind of brought you up at the dinner table to, early in the.
She brought
in the
me
night.
up.
My mom.
She brought it up, not you.
Yeah.
I thought you said you brought it up.
No, my mother brought it up. I brought her up to her earlier.
Okay.
And then she's watched some videos, and then she brought it up on Thanksgiving.
Why were you afraid? Why did you say you were afraid to bring it up?
Oh, I didn't know how she was going to react. I kind of thought that she was going to just kind of like shut it down. Say, I need to stop this, stop listening to him. He hates women, blah, blah, blah. You know, the usual. So I was a little worried.
Is your mother married? Is she married?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a unicorn. I have a father in the house.
Right. Right.
So they've been married for 43 years.
It probably has a lot to do. Well, I'm just kind of, because, typically women who are married have had a history of working with a man, so they can tend to get past the delivery or whatever. So now it makes sense.
Yeah, she completely got past delivery, and she was just more about the honest truth.
Okay, so here's what I'm trying. Okay, appreciate it, my friend. He said his mom, he brought it up to his mom, and then she actually took it forward. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lower the hands, and in the chat room, I want to hear from what I want to see from the hands. I'm gonna lower the hands, and I want you guys to raise your hand if my videos are brought up at the dinner table, and conflict or controversy ensued. Raise your hand, and there's a button that says raise your hand. All right, Dwill. Next, Patrick. Okay. Dwill, unmute yourself. I'm well. How old are you? All right. So what the French toast happened when you brought this stuff up, man?
They didn't like it. They didn't like it. Mom didn't like it. Niece didn't like it. Cousins didn't like it. Basically, niece is going off to college next year. She had previously said she didn't want to get married, have kids, and she was like, late junior high school. And then I brought it back up to her. She says, "No, that's not true. I want to get married. I want to have kids."
Mm-hmm.
I started going down the list. What are you going to school for? Nursing assistant, like RN, LVN type stuff.
Right.
Do you want to be married? How many kids you want to have? What type of man do you want? Like, where do you want to live? What type of lifestyle do you want?
Right.
It came back down to my mom basically admitted that she went against my grandma's generation of thinking. That's what she's been teaching my niece. And it's unfortunate, man. It's like solo dolo is the way to go. And that's what's been taught.
Well, here's the thing. I want you guys to Look at how much is progress has made in 1 year with one person. Would you have thought even having such a logical, systematic conversation would have been possible 2 years ago?
Honestly, man, it's astounding that.
I'm saying, do you think it would have been possible 2 years ago to have such a logical, systematic? What do you want? What are you going to school for? Just stepping through. Would it have been possible 2 years ago?
I don't even think it's still possible at this moment. The pushback is so prevalent that I don't even need to, the conversation didn't go the full breadth of what it
Okay.
should.
Who
You know what I mean?
when your mother admitted that she went against her parents, was she around the women, or did she admit that to you?
She admitted that just in general. She got married in her like a couple of years ago, probably like 10 years ago. But she gave, my stepdad, pretty much,
I get
it's
it.
some
I
family
get it.
situations.
But
But
what
she
I
said
want you
basically, you
guys
can
to,
leave or you can
here's
stay.
what I need you guys to understand though. We have been men our entire lives and we know how we feel. They haven't heard this. And in under a year, this has gone around the globe. People are making t-shirts. People are talking about this on buses in Poland. I got guys from Japan saying they're talking. I mean, this is so and the fact that even though the conversation didn't finish, the fact that it can even start has to count as a win. And the fact that your mother, whether she meant it or not, was willing to at least cede any ground and say she did anything wrong. I ain't seen that much happen in my entire fucking lifetime, much less 1 year. So these are good things. It's a matter of perspective. I know it ain't what we want, but it's damn sure a start. Think about everything that's happened, because the reason it's been happening is because this has been staying in the forefront and keep going. And now it's spreading. They can't get away from it. So now even when a woman has to admit, well, we backed away, they wouldn't have did that 3-4 years ago. They'd just shooed you away. Let me get to somebody else, D. Hold on. I mean, I would chat room. What do y'all think? CIA in the chat room. What do y'all think about that? Do y'all think that this could even happen? Patrick.
Hey, Godfather, what's going
I'm good, man. How old are you?
on? I'll be 36 on the 3rd.
So, what happened when you brought this stuff up?
So basically, it was 3 different conversations in 3 different settings. But the one you want to hear about, where the controversy ensued. Basically, I had like a miniature Friendsgiving. I live in Atlanta. I'm a truck driver, but I'm home for the holidays. Working on getting my CDL, doing pilot car stuff. So I got
Okay.
I'm going through some things, but I'm a truck driver.
Yeah.
So I'm having a Friendsgiving. We're sitting out to eat, and you come up, and I'm the resident relationship expert amongst my group of friends. So they bringing you up, talking about how you like to say, oh, big women and women with kids, can't get a man, and men don't want to be friends with women and all these things. And I'm basically co-signing, because these are not things that are new to them. I've been telling them this for 10 years. And so they come up, they bringing you up, and I'm like, well, let's look at the table. We have 2 women at the table that are married. The majority of the women at the table are overweight. Some of the women at the table are barely overweight. Some of them really overweight. Some of them got kids, never been married. Some of them have 1 child, are married. Did it the right way. Only one at the table did it the right way. But it was 3 baby mamas at the table, and I'm basically getting hounded. I'm talking about how men want certain things.
So let me ask you something. When they were running down everything that's wrong with me and things that I don't say right or whatever, when you started breaking down to say, okay, let's look at it. We got this amount of women at the table and only 2 married. Or let's get to the weight. We got this amount of women and this amount of women overweight. What did they say to either fact?
So it's the sign language, it's the deflection, it's some men like big women, some men don't mind women with kids, and it's like, okay, I get that. But are we going to talk about the exception, or are we going to talk about, what's the probability? And based
The
on
women,
what's
the
going
women who
on at the
said, the
table,
women who hold on, the women who said some men like that, were any of them married?
yeah, basically they all pretty much co-signed each other's talking point, and I'm just there shaking my head, and I'm like, look, y'all, like it is what it is. The numbers don't lie. Men like what we like, and then I'm explaining, the kind of woman I'm looking for, and talking about how we don't really like a square guy. I'm a square guy. I'm not a street dude, military
Mm-hmm.
retired Navy vet, but like I'm not into the tattoos and the piercings and things like that. And basically, after I got finished running through my list, the consensus at the table is, oh, Patrick needs to marry a white woman. He needs to get him an
See,
Asian woman.
see,
One of
and
my
see. I
brothers in
want,
the
I
Navy
want, I
too.
want to stop you right here. Hold on. And see, that's an old tactic too. First, we go from black men having no standard to black men's articulating their standard, and now they want to take your black card. That's bullshit, man. We don't do that. We don't let them take our black card. What we do, my humble opinion, is we got to start holding ourselves and our other brethren to a standard. Stop having sex with these women that you wouldn't be seen in public with. Stop talking to them. Because women get the clue a lot sooner than we do. And the fact that they can sit around and say somebody like it, and the fact that somewhere she ain't lying, they'll do it. So if the case becomes, well, then you need to get a white woman. We don't want to. I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say, and then you got married women co-signing this stuff. I would focus on the women who ain't married, because the married women like seeing single women single. Let me tell you why. Because it makes them feel more special to be married. I know married women who were in horrible marriages, horrible relationships because of their own home wrecking behavior, but they love the fact that they was married because they made them feel better to be up on their sisters. Women are catty like that, y'all. So one of the things I'd say next is over Christmas when they say this BS, say, what your husband think about it, or do you have a man of value seriously vetting you to be his wife, and then just let that kind of marinate. But get the married women out of there.
Check this out, Godfather. 2 quick points. So this is how it came up. I remember exactly now. So it's 2 of us at the table. One of the single women, like I say, slightly overweight. I went to high school with her. Our birthday is on the same day, but I'm a year older than her. So we're both at the table single, and they're talking about trying to hook us up. And I've been telling my friend, I'm like, look, I know what you look like at your best. I guarantee you will be getting more attention from the quality man that you want to get the attention from if you would just take care of yourself, get in the gym. You don't even have a lot of weight to lose, but you can tighten up. And I promise different men will be knocking on your door because
What'd she say?
So she accepted that. But the rest of the table jumped to her defense. Oh, what's wrong with her? Blah, blah, blah. You don't
She's
know
single.
who she got in her DM. Yeah, she is. So they jumped into her defense, and I'm like, she didn't even take offense because I've been having these conversations with her.
So let me help. Okay, hold on, guys. When dealing with groups of women, you gotta divorce yourself of being right. They want to drag you off the subject and baffle you with bullshit. When they jump to her defense, you don't go back and say, well, she didn't do such and so forth. Simply say, guess what? Maybe they're happy that you're their friend on call, but what I'm saying is this better for you. How's it going to hurt her losing weight? How's that go? So ask your friend, how's it going to hurt your life prospects and your happy quality of life by being in better shape? How's it going to hurt you? So you don't argue.
And like I said, she gets that. She
I know, but what I'm saying is you can't argue with these. You can't argue these. Okay. There's a sick. I mean, understand. Some people like to see people who are beneath them, so that makes them feel better. I get what you're saying, but don't argue with the women who they got their mind made up. You don't argue with them. You bring the conversation up because at the end of the day, if your friend is single and if she wants to be with somebody, just put the knowledge out there because women do change their mind. They just don't tend to change it in front of us because especially our women, They got too much ego. Hold on, let me bring you right back. Get somebody else in. Okay, I see you guys, but I'm gonna do this real quick because she came in and bounced out. Appreciate it, Patrick. Stay strong, brother. Get that CDL. Unmute yourself. How do you pronounce your name? Catoshia. Unmute yourself. Southern Belle, unmute yourself. Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Yeah, guys, you got to stay on task when you're dealing with folks. So they're gonna just keep on going on. All right, I'm gonna unmute you, brother, because she don't seem to get it. Unmute yourself, Catoshia. Hey, Jason, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, you got YouTube playing in the background. Yeah, you got to turn off YouTube in the background. That won't work. Poor baby. Joseph, unmute yourself.
How you doing, Kevin?
I am well. How old are you?
I'm 28, believe it or not.
So, what happened when you brought this topic up?
Ooh, to be honest with you, you were public enemy number one around my house, believe it or not.
Okay. Is this at the family thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
The video, to stay on topic, that they didn't like you was the average at best.
The whole video or the clips?
The whole video. They hated you. They were like, this guy don't know what he's talking about. He's sitting up there being an asshole, and he's being this and that. And I'm like, well, did you guys understand what he's talking about? And my mom was like, you don't need to listen to him because of the simple fact of the matter is he doesn't understand. I'm like, Mom, I'm not gonna lie, like he's actually telling the truth. And that's how I honestly feel, because I work out, and I do things thanks to you that I better my life into improving myself. And yeah, after that, it was just like, honestly,
So when you said you agreed with some of the things I said, what did they say?
oh man, I was going to take that into my next talking point. So for my older generation of my aunties and everything, they really agreed with what you're saying, and they were like, "Look, you guys want to get married? This is what you're gonna have to do. This, that, and the other. You're gonna have to learn how to cook. You're gonna have to learn how to be feminine. You're gonna have to learn how to be, submissive." And they were like, "That's not gonna happen, especially with my cousin. She's about 7 years older than me."
So hold on. When you say the older generation, older women, the aunts.
Yes, sir. Yes, my great aunt. So between.
So they were saying to the women of your generation, your cousins of your generation, that you're gonna have to do the kind of things we're talking about.
Oh yes, sir.
Let me ask you a question though. Let me just ask the women that were agreeing. Were any of them parents of the women they were talking to?
Yes.
Okay, stop right here. Did over Christmas ask them? I heard you tell my cousin that you're right. They're gonna have to learn how to do these things if you want to get married. But did you raise them that way?
Honestly, I'm gonna say no.
That's the question you take back. Because see, what we got going on right now is baby boomer women. Baby boomer and late generation X women. They're either going to agree or disagree. Like your mother's in that group that's just going to disagree, and it don't matter. It don't even matter if her son likes it. It don't matter because it's a testament to how they raised the girls, and they know it, and they don't want and they don't want to admit that the reason their daughters are unwed right now is because of the rebelliousness that a lot of these women still have. Now, on the other side, your aunts and things like that who agree that these women need to do this stuff, they've only come into agreement later in life. When they were young mothers and teaching these girls, they were not teaching them this stuff because these women didn't just pop out of the womb this way. They didn't pop out in the room this way. So what we got is a lot of women trying to say, yeah, listen to that man. And because in places they don't want to talk about, he can help fix some of the stuff we screwed up. Yep. So it's going to be between those generations to come at peace. But then your cousins, when their mothers were saying he's right, what did your cousins around your age range? What they obviously resisted. What did they say?
Ooh, my cousin especially, she sleep upstairs. I'm trying to be quiet.
Okay, I got it.
I don't give a damn.
I mean, go ahead. Don't cause yourself a lot of torture. But what happened?
Oh no, I don't care. I'm a man. Basically, she said that you don't know what you're talking about. You're an older generation man. As far as the new generation of women, they're for their struggle and their environment and all this other stuff. And honestly, at this point, to be honest with you, I'm gonna take a nerd point of view. You're kind of like John Connor in the Terminator. So it's like you are going against Skynet, and this is the whole idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
And to them, it's like, well, we got to terminate this guy. And, I see that with O'Shea Duke Jackson and a lot of other people.
But how old are your cousins?
Between 37 and the youngest is like 27. So, yeah.
So I'm not really the older generation in the sense that they okay. The reality is the ones that are 37 are who they are. And they don't want to change. That's why they keep trying to cancel the message. But because I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, I'm not saying specifically to your cousin, but if I walked in a room with a 37 to a 25-year-old woman, I don't walk out of the room by myself. I get women on that level all the time. And see, that's the problem. A lot of these ladies look at the kind of men who fits the archetype, whether I'm not their cup of tea or not. They don't like the fact that their degrees and the things like that they want to hold weight with us don't hold weight. So they keep trying to put it off on sign language, shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. Instead of listening to you, a man that they're related to, saying, no, this is what we really want. This is why I say, but it's out of the bag. It's not going back. So what we're out seeing is a lot of women struggling to deal with the reality, because maybe your cousin at 37 is too far gone. I don't know. But could you imagine life being over at 37 and you don't die until 80? That's a bitch, man.
Yeah, it is.
But I would tell you this though, the younger ones, the ones who are in their 20s, man, I would pull them off to the side and say, look, I know you may not like the message, but I'm your cousin. I got no reason to lie to you, and Big Bro is right. This is how we really think, and it's only gonna become more and more evident. Because, brother, let me tell you something. If I don't get to every man in the chat room, understand something. These women are feeling this. They know it. Matter of fact, I can almost tell when I go out into the real world if a woman's watched my content.
Yeah.
Because I can go up and necessarily get some. I'm like, oh, if I get that, I feel that energy. I'm like, oh, damn, you must have watched last night's video. But I also see the men across the board smiling like the Cheshire Cat. Men are out here walking light, dancing around like fucking feathers there, singing in the rain. They're like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you for, yeah, all right. We're making progress, man. We're making progress. So yeah, I'm glad you're being respectful of the situation. It's not going to happen overnight, but it is happening, gentlemen. It is happening. Thank you, my friend. I'm going to try to take a couple more calls because she's talking to herself. Lady, you're talking to yourself. This woman is really just having a conversation with herself. I'm going to show y'all. I got to show y'all this. This woman is really talking to herself. Boy, howdy. Guys, I want y'all. This woman is on some. Woo, she is just. I don't like what he's saying. And his breath smell like.
Let me tell him from a Southern girl perspective.
First off, stop screaming. You need to stop screaming. You need to. No.
Let me tell him.
No. Let me tell you. Check that.
Okay. All right.
Hey man, okay, look, are you married? Are you married?
No, I'm telling you, this man did what he had to do.
Do you have a job? Do you have a job?
Yeah, of course.
Do you go into work? Do you go into work acting this way?
No. Okay.
Okay. First of all, are you watching me on TV or on an iPad or a computer? What are you watching me on?
Okay. All right. And I'm totally fine with it. No. No. Oh God. Okay. Yeah, of course. Of course. No. I would. Oh, no. I'm. I'm on my computer. All I was just saying.
Turn off the computer. Turn off YouTube and only be on Zoom.
So on my phone. Yeah, I can do it on my phone. I was just saying.
Ma'am, you have two different programs running, and you are in a vocal loop. That's why you can't hear.
Oh, you're right. Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh, this stuff is running way behind me. Hold on. Jesus Christ.
Turn off YouTube. Stay on Zoom. Turn off YouTube. Stay on Zoom. Turn off YouTube. Stay on Zoom.
All right, let me cut this shit off. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. I did not realize I was on both. I didn't. Jeez.
Is YouTube off now?
Yes.
That's why you've been screaming like a mad woman. Because you've been 30 seconds behind thinking you having a conversation and you're talking to your echoes of yourself. So let's start over. How old are you?
Oh, I'm 42.
So I was asking if you were married, and I think you said no. And
no.
What's the issue? Because you seem very animated.
No, I just think my thing was I was just feeling like they're not understanding where you're coming from, and a lot of times when you have your opinions, and so it's just like
who's not understanding? The men?
Yeah, they don't, and I don't think the women do either.
But the men were talking about their experiences.
Yes, and everybody can share their experiences, and
But you kept saying they don't know what they're talking about. Not all women are like that. And let me talk for a Southern woman's perspective.
Oh well, that's never my perspective because I don't speak for any woman outside of myself. So
that's what I heard come across.
All right. And
so what is it that you wanted to communicate?
First of all, I just wanted to speak to you because I never had, and I watch you all the time. So, and I know everybody does the same thing. So, okay. Now, okay. Anyway, all I feel like is,
I like to hear.
And maybe I probably shouldn't even speak. You know, I'm a woman. I have 3 children. I have 2 children's fathers, and but they're all set up for life. Like both of their dads are high value men, if you say, but I don't care about those words. They're cool. I just made a good decision on who I chose to have kids with, right? So I'm cool with that. I listen to you, and a lot of people don't like you. I don't care about that because I like you like, and so I listen to you all the time. Dang. And it was just like I had so Kevin, you see my name on YouTube? Is it YouTube that I have you connected on?
It's Zoom.
It's on Zoom? All right.
Mm.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I want to have a conversation with you past 11:41 because I can't have a conversation with you right now. But I do want to have a future conversation with you because I have a lot of things that I think that we can actually have a conversation with. And it's not
You know I have a shoulder on you, you know?
where you have these
And it must
girls
pop, pop, pop!
like out here with these bonnets on and all this whole kind of stuff. So we can have another conversation. Right?
No.
And I want to because it's like some things that I want to talk to you about. And I'm really sad that this is the moment I had to talk to you and this is where I'm at. So I'm really upset about that. So anyway, I appreciate you. I'm going to leave this alone because there's no way in hell I'm going to have this conversation with you and I'm not in the right way to have it. So, yeah. So,
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Shit, I'm out.
What just happened? Oh my God.
Kevin, god damn it.
I know.
You idiot woman! Idiot woman!
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
All right. So I'm going to try to get back to this. I think Jonathan. Oh my. Hello, Jonathan.
How you doing?
Were you on earlier with your hand raised?
Yeah, that was me.
Okay. What happened when you brought this stuff up at your family's at your table?
Yeah, I had a smaller group, and I just was really trying to talk to my lady's older sister, who's 40 years old with 2 kids, and I was talking to her more or less about the financial shortfall that she's expecting to experience in a lifetime, and I was trying to give her a bit of solutions. You know, I realized when I say the name Kevin Samuels, a lot of women get triggered.
Yeah.
So I kind of like dance around that.
Yeah, don't say that.
Yeah, I just bring up
Don't say my name. Don't say my name. Say my name. No, don't say my name.
Exactly. So yeah, I was just kind of trying to give her some solutions or some ideas on how she can, improve her situation and come into cooperation with a man and make the rest of her life into something.
And how did she receive them?
She was kind of quiet. She's not someone who kind of fights back, but it often goes in one ear and out the other. And more or less, I was like, well, who's going to take care of you?
Is this a relative of yours?
This is my girlfriend's sister.
Okay.
Yeah, so I told her, I was like, who's going to take care of you when you
so let me so it's just your girlfriend, not your wife. I'm not going to put you on the spot. But as men, we all feel some kind of way about the women we are related to, knowing they're going to have all these shortfalls because we can't fix them all. We can't do it all. So I want to really ask the question, when you're having these conversations, who's going to cover the shortfall? Because it ain't going to be me.
Exactly.
I'm going to bring G-Phone in here because, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to have that conversation. I've had it, and it ain't pretty. But they need to know that you ain't the one. Hello, man. How are you?
Good evening, Mr. Samuels. I'm doing well.
Thank you. How old are you?
I'm 29.
All right. So what happened when you brought this madness up?
Well, I tried speaking to the elders of my family at first, and I was really just trying to pick their brain. What I like about your method is, at least in some of the more poignant points that you made, essentially, you talked about the greater context of this, of
Right.
women's situation and stuff like that. So
Do me a favor. Let's get to the point. When you brought it up, what happened?
Right. Basically, there was a lot of evasiveness, a bit of deflection. I mean, I never.
What is the one thing? What is the one thing you remember bringing up, or the thing that was the most contentious?
Well, basically, like a lot of the older women in my family, like, we're very independent. So just especially speaking about like women's needs, at least in terms of a man and stuff like that. That's where things would get contentious at times, just because.
Did you have any women at your house that's around your age?
Yeah, I was able to talk to my younger cousins and get some of their perspectives on your content as well, but like mostly just about the subject matter.
See, there's one thing we're gonna have to get better as men, because we're not used to conflicting with women we care about. So what often happens is when we conflict with women we care about, we get real indirect, we get real indecisive, we start editing ourselves, and we look like a bunch of bitches. Hand raised too. I've been there.
Yeah.
Been there. And you have to, and when we are indirect, not straightforward, our minds are like waffles, right? With little compartments.
Yeah.
Their minds are like spaghetti. I want you to imagine what happens. You pour the syrup we pour in our waffles on that spaghetti. It goes everywhere. So we got to get better at having conflict with the women we care about, because if we don't give good information in, what's going to come out the other side? Trash in, trash out. So what I'm saying is this holiday season was the first go around for this information to kind of get out there. It ain't going nowhere. Christmas is going to be here, and it's going to be round 2. I would say, guys, come with a few questions that you want to know. Like men in the family. One of the questions I cared about, who going to take care of you? Because I ain't. Because when I was coming up, my mother had me. Her 2 sisters had no kids. I had a bunch of other cousins and everything else, but I knew that I was responsible. I'm like, I'm going to barely have my hands full with her. Who going to take care of you? And you got to ask that question or put it out there. I love you, but you can't expect me to do that. Y'all have to start coming at it from your standpoint. Which women in your family are expecting you to be their solution? And then address it. Because your mom, if your mother is an unmarried mother, and you got that's where that falls, man. But it'd be similar if you had a father. I don't scratch. Nah, I don't want scratch that. I'm going to readdress that. But what about everybody else? Especially if you're the responsible one, the one that does things the right way. Don't be nobody's damn lottery ticket. Let me get back to Angel. Appreciate it. Unmute yourself.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Samuels?
I'm making it, man. How old are you?
I'm 26.
So what happened when you brought this madness up, man?
Felt like I was in WWE. I was putting a 4-on-1 handicap match.
Oh my God. Damn. Did somebody throw a chair in the ring?
We was at a restaurant, a public restaurant.
Jesus. Okay, so what happened when it went off the rails?
Okay, I didn't even bring you up. My mom did. And then I'm just like, now I got to defend this man. Now, thanks a lot.
So wait a minute. Your mother brought me up at a restaurant.
Yep.
How'd she do that?
Well, because we were talking about I call her my cousin because even though she's my mom's friend, she's been in my life for so long.
Okay.
So she was wondering why she can't find a man. And I'm telling her, like, look, the reason why you can't get she wasn't in the restaurant, but I was like, the reason why she can't get a man is because she dates the thugs and the gangsters and expect them to be good husbands and like good influence. But I was like, it doesn't always work that way.
Right.
What you get is what you got to deal with. Now, if you
Right.
choose to deal with this person, you got to accept the good.
So when you said something like that, your mother said,
stop watching so many Kevin Samuels videos. I was just like, oh,
damn.
I told her,
So how old is your mother?
My mother is 46.
So your mother watched my videos.
No, she only saw clips in here and there.
Yeah, well, my videos are not, but the fact that she is intimately aware of what I talk about to associate your point of view not being yours directly to me. See, what I want you guys to understand is y'all mothers and y'all's nays would say they don't watch me. Man, please, I'm 52 years old. I'm right. No offense, bro. No offense. But your mother's 46. She sees a man that's in her age cohort.
Yeah, and I told mom, I'm like, look, mom, you can't just say these things and expect men to just take it, because she wants to say the reason why we go with the Adrianas, the Beckys, and this and that is because we are strong, independent Black women. But I was like, mom, you're speaking from a single woman's perspective. You are married. Once you're married, your independency title is taken away. Otherwise, what's the point of being married?
Was how many siblings do you have?
2 biological siblings and 2 step siblings.
All by the biological ones. All by the same father?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna tell you right now, did your mother ever marry?
She's married now.
Is she married now, or did she ever get married?
She was been married twice.
It's gonna always be hard for mothers. Always look at their children as their children. And it's over 9,000 in the Black community. You know, I think about the first time you heard a non-Black kid, "Mom, shut up! Damn, she's such a bitch." The first time you heard a white person say some shit like you, because we just don't do that. So it's not going to be logical with mom. Do you have any younger female relatives?
Yeah, she's in Oakland. She goes to school in Oakland.
Were any of them at the table, or was it just your mom?
It was just my mom and the 3 of her friends and my cousin.
Okay, and all these women. Yeah, I've been there, bro. I know. So I get it. I how do you think I learned all this shit? I sat at the tables just like you, defending all this stuff. But the fact of the matter, you got right on your side, and they know this is the first time it's ever been out there. You don't think these women know that dating the knucklehead ends badly?
Sadly, yes.
Badly, sadly, whatever. They know that. It's just that we live in a culture that no one's brought it to the light. The more this stuff gets talked about and becomes more part of normal conversation, the less women will be able to move and act this way, because people will start calling it out.
And another thing that you brought up, like in some of your past week, I've been watching you for 3 years now. So I just want to say that.
Oh, you're back in the day, the fragrance reviews and stuff.
Yeah. So every time I hear them talking negative, it's always negative things about men, about my dad, because my dad wasn't perfect. But I was just like, you never talk about the good. Why is that?
Uh-huh. And see, that's gonna be a tricky one to have with your mother. But as a young man growing up, that's why so many of us struggle with self-esteem and confidence and stepping fully into masculine dominance and fully into the role of being a competitive man out in the world. Because when we were younger, we heard men being spoke about in such negative ways that where a lot of men became either self-hating or at least self-doubting. And that's a difficult thing to resolve when you love your mother, but you
gotta watch what
really
I say.
You dislike how she talks about men. This is why I recommend therapy so much for us, because we become better off when we can judge our mothers. Because my mama was my dad's chick. That's what it was. And my dad got a lot of kids and he had a lot of women. The proof is out there. I'm like, today, what would I call her? That's the same thing she was. But she's my mother. But when we can judge our mothers like we judge other women, forgive our fathers like we want to be forgiven, forgive them both, forgive ourselves, and then move on. Because that's really where it is. You how old again?
26.
And you should be so far. You should be so dialed into your purpose.
Yeah, and you made me, as a man, I can admit this, you made me understand my purpose, that I have values, that I'm worth something. And the rough
I
2 years,
just kind of pointed. I just shined some light on stuff that was shining on me. You had to decide to do something about it. So don't take that away from yourself. Don't take that away from yourself. And what I'm saying is, over the next 10 years, the next 9, 10 years, the choices you make will set you up for great. You want to go into your late 30s, 40s, no children, financially stable, and winning. That's where you want to go to. So these conversations you have with your mother and the women around there, yeah, they've made their life. You got to live yours. Set yourself up for success, and have a conversation with the 50-year-old you, and ask where you want to be then. All right, man. I appreciate it. Man. All right, guys. It's a little late. It's almost 1:00. I'm not gonna get to everybody, but I'm gonna tell you, I knew it was going to be crazy. I knew it was going to be crazy. I knew it. But it's a good thing. It is a good thing, and I spent the holiday with my mother and my daughter. It was a great time, and it's funny. We sat around and I don't like to talk about my personal life, but they watch my stuff and they're like, "Yeah, that's who he is." Gentlemen, it is a good time to be a man. It is a good time to be a man. Enjoy it. Understand. You don't have to. But if you subscribe to the things I talk about, life is about network and life is about people. Women are people. Women are that network. 51% of the planet is women. They are not your enemy. And think about it. You've had these thoughts in your head for a long time. A lot of women are really just now starting to understand that other men really feel like that. We just thought it was him. We're past that point. And honestly, don't use my name. Say the stuff you need to say. But if using my name is going to cause, if you think it's going to cause it, don't say my name. I don't need the credit, bro. Not like that anyway. I just want to see, what have I said? I want to become insanely rich by helping people get what they want. And this is the men's channel, the men's platform, and I want to help men get what they want. And a lot of men want relationships. 2022 is self-awareness is sexy. And, I don't want to say it right now because it's such a good week. But tomorrow, what's tomorrow's Wednesday's topic? I got an announcement I want to make, but I don't like to announce stuff ahead of time. I don't like to announce stuff ahead of time. I like to let stuff pop up. But your godfather is going to be on the road. So I'll be coming to a city near you. Don't be when I'm there, I'll let you know when I'm there. Number one, if you're not following me on Instagram, you want to follow me on Instagram. Wednesday, everything should be put in place to where the chat room can start becoming an integral part of the show. We're taking this thing to the next level. Podcast is about to, well, I don't want to say that. A lot of things going on. But everything I'm doing over here, you heard it come from me. It's always a men's channel, men's platform, men's issues. And like I said before, we make peace with our enemies, not our friends. But you see the power of what happens when just one guy can decide to do something. We can all affect change. Maybe my influence is a little larger than yours. Doesn't matter. You still have influence. You still have influence, and you can decide to draw a circle around whatever it is and influence that. Good time, man. Good time. So appreciate everybody. It's late. I'm gonna start trying to get these shows over by midnight. I want to go from 10 to midnight. I'm going to shorten the intro from 15 minutes to probably 5. 15 minutes of music, a little bit too much. So we're going to shorten the intro, shorten the monologue, get to the interviews. Actually going to be bringing people on the platform to interview and then get to the Q&A. Okay? Thank you guys. Appreciate you tuning in. Shirley, how you doing, girl? What, you got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lambs, ham, dogs, yeah, whatever. I got that too. Like I said, until the next time, you know how we do it, people. Peace. We are gone. I don't shimmy. Y'all can shimmy, young pies. Young noobs, y'all can shimmy. I don't shimmy.
Yes. I cannot say what's wrong or right. No. It's not hard to fool me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes. Yeah. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say.
So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll find a better one, yeah. Susceptible now, before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell your good lies, 'cause I'll find a better one. I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. I'm a PhD. Shout out to my PhD. Shout out to the head PhD. You know who you is. So tell your good lies.